Hi guys, it's Stephanie Void, writer and friend, and today I'm talking about something that has actually been a very big pet peeve of mine for a number of years, and I've talked about it online. I've just basically complained about it a lot to whoever would listen, because it's something that I find over and over and over again in adventure stories, fantasy, science fiction, just all adventure stories tend to do this too much. And I mean, I guess it has its place, but it seems to be just the rule, almost without exception. And honestly, I'm looking so hard for those exceptions, and I'm so happy when I find them. So what I'm talking about is adventure stories, epic, science fiction, fantasy, just anything with like a giant epic adventure in it. The main character is a blank slate, just like the blankest slate of a character you can imagine. And I mean, I can understand the need for that in some stories, but I want it to be expanded. I want there to be more, because the main character is a lot of times someone that you want to project yourself onto. And real people have history, and I would like to see that reflected in adventure stories. I would like to have a main character in an adventure story who has a history, who has they're usually young. Most of them are male. There are some females, but they're usually young, and they are unmarried with no relationship history, no children, and I would like to see some of this happen. I would like to see, someone who has past relationships. Maybe they run into some of them along the way. I would like to see somebody who has a significant other at the beginning of the story, as opposed to finding them along the way. I would like to see someone who has kids. I would like to see someone who is older than, the 20s-ish that seems to be the max in a lot of adventure stories. I want somebody with life experience to have an adventure. I'm really, really looking for that. And I don't find it a whole lot, and that makes me sad. But, I mean, I'm going to keep looking, because I think that people who have life experience would make such good protagonists. Anyway, that's just my pet peeve, and it's been my pet peeve for years. I've just talked about it nonstop. Anytime I get into a conversation with somebody about writing and adventure stories and reading, I kind of talk about it a little bit, about how I just... maybe I would love it if there was an adventure story starring somebody who was, like, I don't know, like a middle-aged mom of, like, a bunch of kids. Like, that would be so cool. Or maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that would be so cool. I don't know. It would be, like, a completely different take. They'd have a completely different worldview than, like, your average, 20-something world-saving farmer dude who gets plucked from obscurity and tossed with the sword in his hand into saving the world. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling. I hope I'm not rambling. I'm hoping this is making sense. But it's something that has really been on my mind a lot. And every time I come across something that might kind of fit in with this whole, people who have history being the main character, I get really excited. So, hey, if you have any recommendations for me, for like books, adventure stories that fall into this category of, people who have history, honestly, if you can find me, if any of you out there knows of like a really good adventure story that honestly has, a middle-aged mom with a bunch of kids as the main character, I would love to read it, so you can just post it. But anyway, that's just like a little video for today. Just was something that's been on my mind for several years, so I thought I'd share it. But I hope you guys are all having a really great day, and may you be awesome and creative forever.